Question, it is saying that a projectile is thrown as shown in the figure with a velocity u making an angle of theta. So this will be the projectile motion, and there is proper light system like this. If the light is coming, it will going to drop a shadow on this vertical wall, and if the light is coming from up, it will going to drop a shadow on this ground over here. We have to choose the incorrect graph from these given four. So let's see when this ball will going to move up, its velocity will going to decrease and become 0 at this topmost point. Then it will going to increase in negative direction from here to here. So the velocity of this shadow on the vertical wall will be decreasing and become 0 at the highest point. Then the shadow will going to move down with an increasing velocity in negative direction. So the velocity of shadow on the wall in B option, you can see initially it was some positive quantity, then it becomes 0, and then it increases in negative direction with time. Okay, and it will be a linear function of time, as we can see that Vy will be equals to Uy minus G into T. So it will be a linear function, that is why it is straight line. So my B graph is correct, but I have to choose the incorrect one, so this won't be our answer. Now talking about the acceleration, see when this ball will going to move from here to here, it will going to have a negative acceleration in y direction, or you can say in vertical direction, and from here to here also the acceleration will be in negative vertical direction. So the acceleration of this shadow on this vertical wall will be negative, and it will be a constant, that is minus g. So acceleration of shadow on the wall, it is given me as negative and a constant value. So my A graph is also correct over here. Okay. Now talking about the velocity of shadow on this ground. See, as this velocity of this projectile along this surface or in the direction of this ground, that is horizontal direction, is constant. So velocity of this shadow on this ground will be a constant. It won't change with time. But in this graph, it is shown that velocity is changing with time linearly. So this graph will be incorrect. So my answer to this question will be C, as this is the incorrect graph. Now talking about graph D also, see the height of this projectile shadow on this vertical wall will going to increase, become maximum, and then it will going to become 0 again. So it is from 0 it is starting, becoming maximum, and then becoming 0 again. Now as I can write the height as ut minus half gt square of the shadow on this vertical wall. So as I can see, this is a quadratic function, means the graph will be a parabola, and that is why this graph is coming out given parabola over here. So this will be a correct graph, but we have to choose the incorrect one. So answer to this problem will be C. C will be my answer. I hope you have understood this. Thank you very much.